There we go. Um, let's get music going. Start with Labyrinth. Okay. Wow, that's loud. All right. Seems like a decent volume. Alrighty. Now that I'm done texting. All right, let's look at replicated damage. Damage info. What is actually in here? Gosh, it's been ages since I've looked at this code. Okay, the index, the damaging actor, and the damage info. Okay, alright. I see this. Dang, dude. Why is my mic so far down? We're gonna go back into the test level to test this. I need 2 players. I mean, I guess I could do this with 1. Okay. This is a video. Oh, okay. I know who you are now. That's I figured. Yep. This do be a video game. Um. Do you remember which stuff specifically? There's a lot of stuff that I've said that I need to get back, get around to relearning. It's been a minute since we talked about that, so I don't know. Bruh. Update thing? Oof. Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to rework my entire hit marker system, aren't I? Interesting. We're just gonna do this a really weird way for now. Yeah, we don't need to save that. All right, let's see. Well, it's not playing hit markers. That's nice. Why did I close the HUD? Okay. Hey, what's up? We were talking about you yesterday. We didn't see you. I mean, it's morning for me. That's it's evident by the stream title, but how is this class not equal to pawn? Why is it false? That's a lie. Yeah, I was live yesterday, kind of out of the blue. Didn't really say much. Whoops. My bad. Yeah, it's weird. It chose not to be equal to pawn, but it's very clearly a freaking pawn, and I've used that code. I literally did some of that code yesterday. Well, in case you missed it, Van, I'll quickly go over what we did yesterday. I have to remember what we did yesterday. Give me a sec. We added... we made the weapon pickups now have proper ammo. So, I don't know if you've been seeing, but I've been working on the weapon spawners. But now you can spawn them with ammo, which is nice. You know, guns are nice to have ammo. We did some slight changes to invis for first person. So actually perfect. I spawned with invis. If I go invis right here up against this wall, you can kind of see the gun a little bit easier now. Like you can see it on my screen. Just, you know, help make it easier to see, you know, what you're doing. Obviously third person doesn't see that. It's only for first person that you see that little well, I mean, yes, mentally it's evening for me, but I don't go by that schedule. I still just use the normal days or normal like morning and night and all that. So to me it is, yes, it is the morning, like, but mentally, yeah, it is my evening. And then what we're working on now is, sorry, I had to start head bopping a little song. What we're working on now is getting the projectile hit markers to work, which they're not working, but we'll worry about that later. And what we did yesterday is we messed around with some lighting and started throwing some spawns around this block out that Mr. Coma made like ages ago. So this will now be the map that we will be testing in playtests For now, until we get other maps in. Now the question is, where did he spawn? That's where he spawned. That's crazy. He was just at the edge of that radius. Oh, no, the pulse blade is just broken. That is... Gosh, why? I break everything, dude. What do you mean actual invis? It's been actual... Oh, are you saying how like it reacts to when you shoot? Because, weird. The client won't let me go invis. I must have broken a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, I broke some stuff. Interesting. All right, well... Oh, that feels good, seeing the HUD in the dark. I've thought about stuff like that, Van. Oh gosh. Where did he spawn? Ah, there he is. Oh, yeah, no, I want actual invis. Again, though, for some reason, the client is not going invisible. Like, I'm spamming the key. I can pick up equipment. And I can play the animation, but, see if we spectate the client on the server. Interesting. Client's not able to do that. Well, we'll solve that too. But I think... Drawing Godzilla, that's interesting. But yeah, no. Wow, that went behind him. Are you kidding? Yeah, okay. Projectile hit markers work now. So one of the things we're going to work on is getting grenade impacts to deal damage. Because that's always fun to dink somebody off the to dink somebody off the head, or like kill them with the impact of a grenade. So we're gonna fix that. My frames are also horrible, but you know, we'll worry about that later. First, I want to figure out why the client... Oh, I didn't show you, Van. Let me stop playing in 2-player just so you can see this in all its 40 FPS glory, because that's probably all I'm gonna get. Also need to figure out why settings don't save. Kind of important. Once the settings menu decides it wants to open, you know. golly. Let me go threaten it with Task Manager. There we go. Okay, 60 FPS. But I pressed it, or I have it now to where you can just drop weapons, you know, pretty standard. You can, you know, your buddies over here, and you're like, hey man, I picked up the sniper. Because that is one thing that Infinite was actually very good about, was Infinite, you know, if you grabbed a weapon that your buddy wanted, yeah, you could just walk over to him and drop it. The issue with Infinite is you can only drop a weapon if you have a secondary weapon. They don't have like a fists option. That's something that I have, or had in Gen 2 Onyx. I will have in this version once I get the animations reset up. You'll have a default weapon on your player called fists, that it'll like auto default to. And then, so yeah, you can drop this weapon, and if you have something in your secondary, it'll automatically like swap to your secondary. And then if you hold the key, yay, you can chuck your weapons. I think this will be super fun. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be something that's used often, but like I just imagine, like, if I turn up, you know, maybe you get like ground pounded, you get shockwaved, you know, how we were messing with all that stuff, you know, you get shockwaved like off the edge of a map, and like let's just pretend my thruster here is me getting, you know, that I can like throw my weapon back at my team on the map if you react fast enough, obviously. Like I say, yeah, you get like blasted off the map, you don't have a thruster pack or a grappling hook or something to survive it, you know, you can use your, you know, if you have like a sniper rifle or a rocket launcher, you can turn around and, you know, throw the weapon back at your teammate. I keep accidentally pressing my debug third person mode, but yeah, you can chuck your weapon at your teammate. The force that it uses will be tweaked, obviously, but I think throwing weapons will be a very fun feature. Yeah, that's actually pretty much one of the exact like dude, my brain, wow. That's one of the exact examples that I've told to multiple people, because yeah, you know, you could be like, somebody could like have you gunned down right here and you've got a rocket launcher, but you don't want to peek because they've got like a sniper or something that'll kill you. So you just, you know, yeet that over to your teammate. And yeah. English is very hard. I don't know that it's okay, but it is very hard. Do I get hit markers for that? No, I don't get hit markers for things that are not players. I'm gonna have to turn that into a component so it can be used between things. Alright, let's figure out why I cannot use equipment on clients. Well, it's clearly running, so it's got to be in components, player, equipment, here. Let's first check that we are replicated. Component replicates, yep. Request activate equipment. If we can perform it, and we're not equal to equipment. We call this on the server. This calls activate equipment. I wonder if it's something with animations. Let's just skip that check, just see if it works. Alrighty, appreciate it. Okay, yeah, it is something with the animations not synced up. which is a system that I'll be fixing when I do the animation pass. I've said that for like the last month, but then more code stuff just keeps coming up. I will at some point get to the animation pass. Also, I fixed the red reticle, so your reticle only turns red if the player's visibility is above a certain value. So, and that also works for turrets too. Like, if this guy goes invis and stands behind me, he's obviously standing right there, but I don't get red reticle and the turret don't see him until I shoot him. And then the turret can see him now. And he'll keep shooting him because he keeps becoming visible. Mostly. For the most part, I can get away without doing animations. However, certain animations like, you know, melee, that is only going to feel good once there are animations in, because the length of the lunge is the time between the animation starting and the animation hit, like playing that hit keyframe. So stuff like melee is based off of the animation. Throwing grenades is delayed, obviously. Like I can prototype all of that code. I can prototype the lunge. I can hard code those values in, and as long as I program it in such a way that it allows for it to be easily edited once I add animations in afterwards, then yeah, I could just do all the code and then just add the animations to make it feel nice. And I will have to modify some of the code to play the animations. The big thing with animations is that keeping the animation synced between server and client is a big deal. So I've thought of a system of how to do that with the GMC and prediction. So that's going to be very, very fun to figure out. That's something that I will not stream, just because that's going to be so like big brain mental code that I'm not going to be able to code that while streaming. I'm just not going to be able to focus on it. I think if I don't stream that, I should be able to throw together the system in like a week or two, and then it'll just be throwing in the animations afterwards. So I also just took a shower too. I have a new body wash, and I actually really love the way it smells. Not that that's important information, but you know, y'all know that now. All right, let's get these grenades to deal damage when they impact somebody. The scent, bourbon vanilla. Very, very good smelling, actually. Bourbon like the drink. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a sequence. Actually, you know what? We only want this to deal damage on the initial impact, so we'll just throw it here. Yeah, because we're checking for server, and we're updating the grenade data, updating the collision of it, or updating the networking of it. And actually, once I do this explode, I want to see if I can do... Nah, that's an optimization thing. We can worry about that later. What I want to do is apply point damage. We want to break this off. The actor that we hit, base damage is going to be 1. Hit from direction is going to be this. The hit info is going to be that. An instigator is that. Damage causer is going to be self. And the damage type is going to be fracture impact. Let's see how that works. Now I should be able to dunk. Dunk. Let's go. Nice, I can... Ow. So, in theory, if I get him low enough, yep, I can kill him with just the impact of the grenade. Heck yeah. Let us just literally just copy this and paste it in the binding grenade. On hit, do once is server. The hit info needs to go here. Other actor goes there. You go there. You go there. Binding impact. Cool. Bitmaps. HUD. I know I have an icon in here for getting a kill with the bounce. Somewhere. I guess not. Whatever. It'll stay like that for now. But in theory, I should get damage now when I impact, or when I stick somebody with the binding grenade. Yes, sir. So if this guy starts auto-strafing. Dang, the bodies go flying. Alright, enough playing around. Boom. We got projectile hit markers working. Now, unfortunately, they don't quite work on things like deployable turrets. So if I like drop a turret here, you can obviously see that if I... you can obviously see that like it gives me a hit marker when I shoot it with the shoot code. However, if I throw this on the ground right here and I throw a grenade, turn away, you can see I didn't get a... Yeah, I didn't get a hit marker. So it's not really an all-around system. I kind of need to figure out a way around that, because right now it's every object that takes damage would have to manually tell that person that they took damage from that person's projectile. It's a little weird. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. But I mean, at least for players right now, we have projectile hit markers. I do have to leave in an hour to go call somebody. Also, Van, I'm sure you're probably in the shower and just listening, but oh, let me not play as 2-player. Let me play as just 1. I was like debating for a while on what I want to do for, like, if I wanted to have like a drop left and drop right weapon keybinds, but right now I just have it to where if you try to drop a weapon, it'll just automatically drop your left one. And it works. Whoa. All right, let's take a look at the list. See what else we've got. I've got a bug on my list called dual wield HUD not showing the dual wielded weapon when like initially picking it up, but literally in every single test that I've done, as soon as I pick it up, you can see the dual wield indicator show up here. So I don't know where or why that's going wrong. Like, I think maybe it was if I picked up like weapons that were dropped by somebody. Yeah, right there, that did it. Or is it something that has to do with respawning? Here, let's try that again. Does respawning for some reason mess up my HUD code? So now if I go dual wield, no, it shows up. Yeah, that could work too. That could always also just be something that's like in the settings you can choose. You could choose like which gun you would prefer it to drop. So instead of being able to choose which gun you actually want, okay, I need to stop playing. My brain can't work. Instead of choosing, you know, oh, this is your drop left keybind, drop right keybind, or instead of just specifically choosing drop left first, drop right first, you could also choose, like you were saying, you know, drop whichever gun has less ammo, or yeah, I'm sure I could get real technical about it. But that's always something for future me to figure out. I'm not really sure where that bug's even coming from, so also there was a weird bug too where grenade indicators sometimes would give you wrong direction of which direction you're taking damage from. Interesting. Yeah, it is. It's pointing you towards the player that damaged you, not the grenade that damaged you. Interesting. Why is that happening? I was wondering why I would take damage and it would be pointing towards not where the grenade is. Because all we're doing is just throwing the damaging actor straight into that, which is going to add damage indicator. And then if we do HUD updates, look at this terribly organized graph. That's grenades changing. Add damage indicator. Golly. Does dual wield show up for the other players? Maybe when they die, it's wonky for them. I would assume it is wonky, because if it's not even working on the server, I guarantee you it's just as broken, if not even more broken on the clients. Like, yeah, it shows up for them. Obviously, the HUD's broken on the client just because the ratio. But like, if they drop that weapon, oh, I forgot. The key to drop weapon is the same thing as my debug view. So yeah, if they do that, and then they go to dual wield, yeah, they see it. So actually, it's working for clients, but not server. Very interesting. Let me switch this to one player. I see a new message in chat, but I'm trying to figure this out. Give me a sec. I mean, dual wielding works 100%. Except for the fact that the guns aren't directly related to their reticles, so shooting the pistol activates both the SMG reticle and the pistol reticle. Whoops. Gosh. Well, I guess today's gonna be a bug fixing day. Cool to see more updates. Yes, sir. Trying my best to stream as much as possible. Unfortunately, life gets in the way. I'm not going to give any details, but let's just say that there was a massive snowstorm where I live last week. Let's just say that it did not treat me or my car nicely. So last week I completely did not touch Onyx for the entirety of last week. I was either so exhausted that I slept the entire day, or I was so busy that I either wasn't home or just wasn't able to code. So that's why I'm trying to do as much dev streams this week, because trying to get my progress back up. I need to play with 2 players. What am I doing? I need to see the other screen. Yep. All right, let's throw the grenade behind this guy. Yeah, see, it's exploding behind me, but it's pointing at him still. It's printing out fracture grenade. So it's not here, it's something in the hit indicator. Vent tick, we're getting the actor location. Oh. That's why. Because I'm an idiot. Technically, the grenade's world position is... This is just due to how I replicate my projectiles currently. I think I just need to go through and redo that. Because unfortunately, Unreal's not very nice. And if you have inherited actors, there has to be a default root component. You can't just have an empty root component. You can't have an actor with no root component. There has to be a collision shape. Now, yes, in theory, I could just set this to be a sphere, because technically all projectiles would be a sphere collision, but that then limits everything to be a sphere collision. You know, if there's something that for some reason I don't want a sphere collision on, like, you know, the grenades aren't really spheres, they're more capsules, and you can see that in the collision shape. The collision shape is a capsule. Now, you could tell yourself, okay, Mr. Captain. You can tell yourself, okay, why don't you just make it a default capsule? Because if you set a capsule height to the same thing as the width or the radius, it will be a sphere. Yeah, but then that's more overhead on other projectiles. So it's very stupid. So technically the actor never moves. The actor is not moving, it's the capsule or the collision shape that's moving of the projectile, which in some cases makes replication easier. However, I'm noticing now that that causes an issue, because I'm getting let me see. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, let's try this as a surface level fix. And actually, this might just be the fix. We'll see how this does it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a movement component. I can feel a sneeze brewing. Oh, no, it just went away. Fine. I lied. Well, I didn't lie. The sneeze was brewing. I just... Oh, shoot, I'm doing this wrong. Nope, nope. Yep. Yeah, no, I was setting this up wrong. Been a minute since I've touched this code. I completely forgot what I was doing. Right, cool. Now we can just do this. This makes it super simple. If we do not have a valid movement component, then that means that probably the actor's location is the actual location, but in theory, anything that damages this should have a movement component. So we can just check the movement component and get world location of said updated component, which in this case is the capsule and the sphere and stuff like that of the projectiles. So I can just set that to be the damage location instead of the actor location. And in theory, let us chuck a grenade behind this guy and see if it works. Nice. Let's chuck it to his left. I mean, it did do it. Let's go like front left. That's an ice grenade. Those don't work yet. That was not the right angle. If we go back left, is it going to show in the front? No. That, I don't like that. Some value's not working properly. Now let me just look at the ground. Something with binding grenades is broken. Also, that's broken on the clients. Whoops. Yeah, the binding grenade was diagonal, but it's showing the impact, or it's showing the damage indicator not diagonal. Let's go front right. Nope. Let's debug or draw debug box. Center is damage location. Extent, let's go 50, 50, 50. Line color, I guess red. Duration 5 seconds. Thickness 3. In that case, let's just go like 20, 20, 20. Okay, let's go pick up some binding grenades. Stare at the ground again. And let's do this again. Weird. Oh my lord. All right. I think I know what the issue is. Freaking Unreal is stupid and decides that if the object is if why do I even stream? I just embarrassed myself. If the object that it is trying to update is not moving, then for some reason it does not need to be called the updated component anymore. Which is so dumb. Which is why I have a custom function that I've made to manually get the updated component. That's so stupid. I don't understand why that's a feature you would want. Why would you why would you clear a variable just because it stopped moving? What if I still want to know what that up? I guess it's not being updated anymore, and so Unreal just decides, okay, well, because the projectile has stopped, we don't want to update anymore. But that's not quite how all projectiles work, my guy. Why did I clear that? I needed that info. I'm dumb. Number one tip for programming in Unreal, just smack an is valid node everywhere. Print string. What the heck? In theory, not in theory, I guarantee you we're just going to see a bunch of what the heck's on the left side of the screen. Yep, there goes. What the heck? Print out the actor. Yeah, it is saying binding grenade. Alright, let's go blueprints. Projectiles, grenades, binding grenade. Get updated component. That would make sense. At this point, what I'm going to do, because I have a custom projectile movement component, I might just go into this and literally every single frame. Oh, this isn't using my custom one, but in my custom one, literally every single frame, set the updated component to my, like, have a custom variable and do all that, because this is stupid. Unreal could have coded this so much more smarter. Alright, that should fix that. Let's see. If we look down, and we throw this, that did not fix it. There we go. And then if we throw a binding grenade, that works. We go front left. Yes, sir. All right. Goodness, that was painful. Painful for me. I can't imagine how painful that would have been for you guys if you even understood what was going on. I was kind of clicking between tabs like crazy. All right, that works. Now, next thing I noticed, the pulse blade. Good, I spawned with it. They don't be outlining people anymore. So the question is why? So if we go projectiles, ability projectiles, and pulse blade, the overlap sphere is now of type equipment. And I bet you every single collision on our player is either ignoring equipment or, well, quite frankly, just ignoring it. Let's see. Yep, that's ignoring it, and the capsule is also ignoring it. So I guess if we do overlap, that should there we go. That makes it work again. Stuck to my face. Wait a minute. Stuck him with that. And then he goes... Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I know why that happens, so I can fix that too. Alright, let's go look at the massive list of things I'm working on today, which I'm not actually working on today. I should just call this priorities. Waiting for models for that, so that's not really a priority. I'm slowly but surely getting through this, transferring all the players' sounds to meta sounds, so we'll get there. I think actually really the only thing I have to do is footsteps and mantle sounds and jump and land. And then I think all sounds are in a single meta sound. This one, still not sure what the issue is. I'm just gonna poke at that slowly. I don't have the brain power to do materials. I'm kind of annoyed with materials right now. Last time I tried to do anything regarding the invis stuff, my brain broke. However, I am gonna go do a material thing because it's on my mind. You can see when we look at the player 2 when they spawn, their mesh kind of looks whack. Let's just get this command ready so I can alt tab. Actually, let me just kill this dude with a binding grenade. Yeah, it's doing some dithering on the mesh, and then you can see it like clear out, I guess. Clear up. So, what I want to see, if it fixes it, is player material function player armor. The opacity mask, instead of multiplying this, I want to see if a lerp will work. We use this alpha to lerp between 0 and dither. Opacity masking is such a weird thing. No, but it'd still be doing it. Huh. Suppose that's in... Not that one. This one. .33. So... let's try this. If this value, which is our respawn mask, if this is greater than 0.33333, meaning it's visible, it's greater than or equal to it, we want to do that. And then if it's less than it, we just want to do 0. Let us try that. See how that works. That did not work. Now it's... Yeah, that did not work. I'm dumb. Oh, we know, Captain. Wow, you're so funny. Alright, let me do this. Let me throw that at the ground. Look at that, nice and smooth. Oof. I don't think your legs are supposed to do that. Also, Van, if you're still here, we've got about like 60 new death sounds. So they're not audio balanced properly. Because I put it in slow motion so I could properly preview the respawn effect. And it's always fun watching stuff in slow motion. So, yeah. I really want to work on some replay stuff, but unfortunately the replay system is still not updated. I messaged the guy and he actually responded yesterday. He said he would take a look at it this weekend. I hope he does. Godzilla. Heck yeah. Did it turn out good? Also, I was looking at some old Installation 01 gameplay and videos, because that always motivates me. Whenever I'm working on something that's just like boring. Like some of this stuff that I tell you guys I'm not going to stream just because streaming it would be incredibly boring and I probably wouldn't get much work done on it if I did stream it. So occasionally I'll come over and watch some Installation 01 gameplay because this is the project that got me into game design and game developing. So this is it makes sense for this project to be the one that inspires me the most. Like, I feel like just this simplistic... I feel like this is kind of how I want Onyx to look. Like, golly, none of these frames are, like, clean frames. YouTube's compression is not very friendly. But like, yeah, you look at this, it's very clean, very simple, and that's, I guess, what I'm looking for. Actually. Yeah. None of these frames are good frames. YouTube's compression did not do this video well. Like, you know, you look at this player here, like, to me, that looks good. Yeah, it's kind of simple. But I feel like that's what would make Onyx look the best, is having simple textures. It's also funny to see that they've got kind of the same thing that I've got right now, where they just have the assault rifle animation, but it's holding a pistol. Like if I play and we have player 2 swap to a pistol, well, oh, what's that? They're not actually holding the pistol. It's just floating in their hand, kind of. Yeah. And I also feel like this is where, like, especially with having glowing stuff, I definitely think a clean aesthetic is going to complement all of the, like, Tron stuff very nicely. I don't really want a ton of grunge and dirt and stuff like that, so yeah, it's something that you guys will get the inside scoop on. On my lunch breaks at work, since I come home for lunch, I get like, it's like 10 minutes to drive to work, so I automatically lose 20 minutes because it's 10 minutes home and 10 minutes back. Then it's like 5-10 minutes to get my food, so I really only have a 30-minute lunch break. And then it's like 10-15 minutes to eat sometimes. So sometimes I have like 20 minutes of free time. I'm planning on taking Pathos, which is the y'all should know Pathos by now. It's this map, the one that we've got the concept for. The current plan is that every now and then on my lunch breaks, I am going to attempt, emphasis on attempt to art this. It's going to take a while, but I think when paired with, like, I already have a guy who's created a lot of tools for this. So like he created like a pipe tool to create nice pipes. He created a tool to create all these like little things in the wall. And we can actually look at that in Engine. He started on it, but he's busy with school right now, so I will be taking over, and this will kind of be my art test. But you know, like, you look at this and we look at the concept, like that's pretty dang close and it looks good. And when you actually look around, like, there's not much texture on it. There is not a lot of texture, if any at all, on this. However, I still think it looks great. So imagine this with just some simple metal textures. Like, that'll look really good. I mean, we've got some kind of fancy stuff. He added some water tanks over here, which is not in the original concept. You can see there's nothing over here, but it's a very, very good addition. Now, obviously, this is very bare bones. I think he only worked on this for like a week. Still, even for a week, this is damn good. However, I do want to see what this would look like with the cavity post process, because that will definitely change how this looks. Oh wow, that brings it out a lot. Holy, I love this post process effect. Like, you know, it looks good without it, but you enable that post process, and with very little effort, everything kind of looks a lot more detailed. Everything has a lot more definition to it, which I love. And it's kind of like a stylized toon shader without having a stylized toon shader. So it's like, I'm definitely going to keep Cavity on for... I think Cavity is going to be a huge part of Onyx's Onyx eye of the art style for Onyx. So it turns very simple geometry into just like highly defined. Like you look at the normals on the floor here. Kind of you look at that. As soon as you turn on cavity, those just become so much more drawn out. It's almost like what's it called? Not chromatic aberration. Some ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion puts dark spots in corners, which is good. It's nice. However, this also highlights the edges, and I think it makes, like, automatically, this map to me just looks a million. Okay, maybe not a million, but it looks so much better just with cavity on. It just emphasizes everything like a lot. So yeah, that's gonna be my job. Is within the next couple weeks, I'm gonna start doing some tests. What do you mean? What is this beautiful thing on your screen? This is Pathos, my guy. Yeah, this is Pathos. This is a model we've had in the engine for ages now. The guy who was working on this is a little busy with school, so we're messing around with the cavity shader. On Unreal Engine, I got a plugin that has a cavity shader, which, you know, I'm sure you know all about cavity, Mr. Lonely, because you do some stuff in Blender. That, yeah, cavity just emphasizes the edges and like the crevices, the peaks and crevices. So it's like I was just showing them, like, you look at these normals on the ground without cavity. Sure, they're normals. Yeah, there's detail there. As soon as you throw on cavity, boom, everything's highlighted. Like, everything just gets drawn out. All of the tiny details get drawn out, and you can make what seems to be simple geometry just pop a lot more. So basically, I'm gonna be working on this on my lunch breaks. So, the guy who was working on this made a bunch of tools. He made like a pipe tool and a little like trim tool for creating these little trims. Ugh. I don't like this post-processing, so we're gonna nuke that, and then we're gonna come into test level, and we're gonna steal my post-process volume. So I like that. We're gonna see how weird it looks. Oh, that's crazy. Appreciate it. We're slowly but surely getting to that playtest. I'm sure you'll be happy with that playtest. But taking a while, but such is life. Very happy where this is going, though. Can't wait for everyone to play it. It's gonna be so much fun. Alrighty. Gosh, this is gonna be so cool. I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna end up getting back to work late because I'm gonna be too focused on just trying to art Pathos. But I think I'm gonna start small. I'll probably just start with this little area here. Just make the pipe models that I want for each side, for blue and red side. Get those pipes modeled, stretched out, not stretched out, but like modeled, get their collision shapes made, because this map is pretty much going to have completely custom collision for nearly everything. And then, yeah, I'll just slowly make progress on it. I'll texture the floor, create some good textures, and it'll be a ton of fun. And then when that's ready to showcase to everyone, which will actually not be for a while, but I'll send this off to my sound designer, get the sound designer to make some gorgeous sounds, you know, ambient sounds for water and electricity and the big ol' thing that'll be in the center here. And then, yeah, I'll show that off to everybody and bada bing, bada boom. That's the preview lighting. So, because this doesn't have built lighting like we were doing yesterday, Unreal, like, writes preview in the shadows just to let you know that it is preview lighting. So, yeah. I missed this map. This map was fun. I wonder what happens if I click play. Oh! Interesting. We aren't going to worry about that. Yeah, I mean we got some decent stuff done today. Fix some bugs, got projectile hit markers mostly working. I'm not too happy with the system, but it does work. So, that's what's important. I think I just need to create a variable, kind of like I'm doing for melee. On rep melee hit confirmation. I just need to convert this from a melee hit confirmation to just a projectile hit confirmation. And I think that'll smooth things over. Make things a lot easier. But that it might also mess up hit scan. I don't know. We'll see. Some of my systems are kind of separated, but I think I've got some ideas to bring them more in line with each other. So, but yeah, I think this art style is a very, very good art style, and I think messing around with this kind of stuff on Pathos, remaking the reticle to fit my HUD's themes, remaking all the reticles, and like, I don't know, I guess there's just a part of this that's just very nostalgic for me, just simply because this is what got me into game dev. So, I'm definitely going to also do some test textures on the player. I have to... Actually, that might be what we do on stream tomorrow. You know what? That's confirmed. That's what we're doing on stream tomorrow. That is in my notes list for art. Is fixing the player normals, and I want to get first person legs in. So, somebody, if I either don't stream, somebody yell at me in the general chat and Discord. I might respond, I might not. And if I do stream and we don't start working on that, and I don't have a good reason to not work on this, somebody yell at me in chat. But we're going to work on importing the player normals, because if we open up old Onyx... Oh, there's my alarm to call the person who I need to call. So we're going to do this real fast. It won't be real fast because Unreal Engine 4 takes 5 years to open and Unreal Engine 5 takes like 10 seconds. So ooh. You're not going to color the spikes? Very good image. I like his little beady eyes. Oh, okay. Everyone chant. Well, Okay, Unreal Engine 4 is just not going to launch. One of the other things I want to try doing is getting some kind of like shooting range. That way, as we start adding more weapons, because the next weapon that will be getting added is the assault rifle. Because as you can see right now, when I pick it up, it's very broken. So, yeah, we're gonna worry about that later. But that's gonna be the next one gun that gets added. Golly, I'm thinking about the future of this, and this playtest coming up. This is gonna be incredibly fun. Everyone running around, sliding, using abilities and equipment, and dual wielding and grenades, and hopefully decent art, assuming that goes well. Like, look at the interaction. In fact, this is something we've never had in Onyx before. Or like pickups being affected by physics. What? This version is just getting better and better by the day. So good. Yeah, we getting there. Not as early as I was hoping for, but you know. Okay, it is opening. Not as early as I was hoping for, but we are getting there. Unfortunately, life has a way of getting in the way. So, I also may be moving soon. So, that's fun. Oh my gosh. Why was that on high this entire time and not epic? Everything's so much clearer on epic. What the? What the? That's weird. This looks... I don't know if it's just me, but this looks better. Everything's a little more sharper, a little more sharper, a little more clear. I don't know. All right. I don't know if things also just seem brighter. Let me see what these grenades look like with... Oh. I'm thinking grenades might need to have their outline color be the color of the grenade. Because at a distance, it is kind of hard to tell. What, like, obviously from this distance, you really can't tell what type of grenade is which. So if you have that be the color of the grenade, it'll be a little easier to tell. We'll have to see how to do that. That's an idea to write down for later. I'll write that down. Gosh, I've got a lot of checklists. Art. Look into grenade outlines being their respective colors. So yeah, what I want to work on tomorrow is I want to work on re-importing the player normals. Because now that, like, look at this. To me personally, feel free to correct me and give me your opinion. But to me, great. Oh, we're engine 4. There's a reason why we upgraded to 5 from 4, because this is so insanely broken. Still nostalgic for this version of Onyx just because it's a great version. But it might just be me, but honestly, I feel like this armor looks better, and I feel like with the cavity shader, oh, this armor would look great with that cavity shader. But like, you look at this compared to, I actually don't need to play as 2-player because this is a testing dummy that I spawn in. I should probably do this in the Unreal Engine 5 version because it's much better than having to spawn a 2nd player every single time. And Unreal Engine freezes because of this. It's mad at me now. But like, that armor just looks better than this, and that's because the normals, like, you can see this, everything on this armor looks smooth because all of the like surfaces are smoothed. I don't know how to explain that to a non-game developer, but like, this is a completely smoothed mesh, even though the faces themselves aren't smooth. So that's golly. Some things about this I miss, some things I don't. I mean, the biggest thing I miss about this is just having all the guns. Just being able to dump ammo into this dude. Also, the reloads in this were good. But yeah, so that's what I want to do. I want to see if we can get these proper normals imported. The guns were so fun. I miss all of these. Mr. Iron Man hand. The Tron disc. Oh, baby. In fact, you could control this thing. This thing was so much fun. And then you recall it back and thunk. Like, I've actually been thinking about how I want to redesign this disc. I've got a few ideas, but I'm not completely sold on any of them yet, because I don't just want it to be the Tron disc. I'm thinking I want it to be like a, if I do like a circle, and then you do like a, I think instead of making it a disc, I kind of want to make it like a, I don't even know what you'd call that, or call this. And you do like a line from here to like there. This is a very, very, very terrible drawing. Oh, wait. And then something like that. And then something like that, maybe. I don't know. I think it's something like that, kind of like an S shape. So it's like a, more like a blade than just a disc. And maybe these blades here can like unfold to make it more like just like a melee weapon when you're holding it. I don't know. I'm throwing around some ideas. Oh no, I ran out. Yeah, I think if you can find a picture of that, send it to me, because I think that's probably where I'm thinking of it from, is Ninjago. But like, I feel like that'll lend really well, instead of it just being the Tron disc, having kind of a unique shape as well. I mean, this thing was so fun, like throwing this thing around and controlling it, and you could like stand next to the crystal batteries. Ninjutsu, oh, either way. I think they had it in Ninjago too. I think that's where I know it from. But yeah, being able to throw the disc out, and then yeah, we had it to where you could stand next to crystal batteries to recharge your percentage weapons, which was a risk and reward system. Because those things explode. So you stand next to it, and bam. Gumball launcher. Yeah, I can't wait to get all these guns re-implemented. But yeah, so that's what tomorrow's job is going to be. It's fixing the player normals, getting maybe a step 1, fix the player normals. Step 2, because we're going to have to re-import this mesh anyways, we're going to re-import the first person mesh and get the first person legs working, which I already have the code 100% set up for. The code already fully supports first person legs, it just doesn't have the right first person mesh. So we just got to get the right mesh with the right normals re-imported. Then we can get first person legs. And then if we have the time tomorrow, I would like to attempt to create a texture for the player. I don't think it's going to go quite too well, but you know, we'll do our best. We'll do our best. Yeah, kinda like that, but I definitely want to have like the separation in it, kind of like mine had, or like my terrible drawing had. But yeah, so anyways, I got to head out. I have to do some chores and make a call, so thank you all for watching. I will definitely stream tomorrow. I forgot how much fun dev streaming was, and I just didn't have time to dev stream. So we'll definitely stream tomorrow. We're going to work on the player model, see if we can get that to look a little better. Finally check that off on my list. So, and then if we have time, I have a very special thing that I want to do tomorrow as well. So we'll see. But appreciate you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya. I'll wait for the song to finish. Never mind. I have